Zoned out. Zoned out. What does it really mean to be zoned out? The definition of zone out, an informal definition as known in our culture, is to become oblivious. To become oblivious in the dark to one's surroundings, especially in order to relax. To become oblivious in the dark to one's surroundings, especially in order to relax. To zone out in front of the TV, someone might say. To fall asleep or lose concentration or consciousness. To fall asleep, lose concentration or consciousness. Somebody might say, you might have heard the term, I just zoned out for a minute. So when I zone out, I am, one aspect of zoning out is to lose, be disconnected, to become oblivious to your surroundings in order to relax. You know, how we block out things to get comfortable, or how we run and hide from a situation as if it's going to change would be considered zoning out. How you try to detach from the reality of what you're faced with when you are fought with the circumstances and situations in your life. We pull away from it and we kind of zone out. God have mercy. But I heard Paul say in a letter that endure hardness as a good soldier. Lord, I don't want to preach right now, but when you zone out, you will retreat or recoil back to a place where you feel safe. It has been times where people have blacked out and under traumatic and crisis in situations that the people that when they recover them, they find them blacked out in the fetal position. They regress all the way back to the womb because that's the only place where they can feel safe away from what's impending and encroaching in their lives. When you zone out. The other definition we read, and it said that it meant to fall asleep and lose concentration or consciousness. Somebody say concentration. Consciousness. Your concentration is your focus. And where your focus is, that's where your future is. Because your focus affects your future, because what you rest in is where you reach to. I say your focus affects your future, because where I'm resting or where I'm reminiscing is where that determines my level of reach. Can I put it like this? Paul said, I have not yet obtained, I've not yet apprehended, but this one thing I do, I cannot allow anything to mess my focus up, Sister Venus, because if I let you get in my ear and get me off, if I watch too much news, I'm gonna something's gotta fill that void. Yeah, Sister Betty, I can't do it like that, because either I'm gonna hold to the promises or I'm gonna hold to my problems, and so I gotta forget what's behind me. If it's a new day, it's a new mercy, and it's God have mercy. This is the day that the Lord has made. I'm going to rejoice in it and be glad in it. This is the day. So my focus is my future. I got to forget what's behind me and reach towards those things that are before me. I press. So wherever my focus is, that's where my future is. Because what I reminisce on, what I rest in, it affects my reach. I can't be reaching back and reaching forward at the same time. So I gotta stay focused. I gotta keep my concentration, and I can't keep the concentration if I'm not conscious of who I am, whose I am, and what I have. God have mercy. Because when I see those things come into play, that's my identity. So this is what he was saying. He says now in Thessalonians, you, oh my God have mercy, you are the children of light and children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of the darkness. It seems like a statement that didn't need to be said. It seems like he was just being redundant. I mean, really, do you have to tell me that? Let me tell you something, baby. You have to tell you that. Because zoning out causes me to lose consciousness. And when I lose consciousness, I lose light. When I zone out, I lose consciousness. My focus is broken. And when my focus is broken, the distractions are able to derail me from my destiny because a moment just became a mountain to me. Lord have mercy. A moment became a mountain to me, and I see the mountain as a mountain. Look here, either you're going to speak to the mountain or the mountain going to speak to you.
Yes, Lord. Hallelujah. Good word.
So you got to open your mouth and talk to it. Because it's just a moment, but the moment will become a mountain if you don't know how to open your mouth. But when I zone out, I lose consciousness. My identity shows me how to open my mouth. Lord have mercy. Oh, I need to make it plain for you. You don't understand that identity controls your mouth? You don't understand that identity controls me in your mouth? You don't understand that's my child. See, you identify as the parent. So you open your mouth quicker. When you don't have no identity or you're unsure, you keep your mouth closed. But when you have an identity and something is trying to violate you in your moment, you'll look at it and say, I'm a boy, Damien. What you doing, boy? Don't touch me. I'm a man. I'm a male. You don't handle me like that. Oh, God have mercy. Your consciousness is key to you moving in it. I gotta move. God have mercy. I can't lose my consciousness. I gotta hold my identity. You are children of the light and children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of the darkness. My identity reveals my ability and my assignment. Because when you find out where and what you're from, you understand what you're about and are meant to do. When you find out where and what you're from, you understand what you're about and what you're meant to do. See, you can't zone out when you are in touch with where you're from, what you're from, and what you're meant to do. That locks you into a concentrated state to be able to move in your purpose. So he says, I want to remind you that you are not of the night, you are of the day. You are children of light. You are not of the darkness. The more I believe right, the more I act right. The reason why a woman keep getting a man that dog her out is because she don't believe she deserves a good one. Oh God, it ain't that he turned her off. It ain't that she can't stand him, he too square. What she really saying deep inside, I need you to open up door for me. I need you to do that for me. I don't want you to do that too. And no matter what it do, she keep climbing because she's waiting, she's calling, she's begging for what she thinks she deserves. Once he beat her and run her bath water, she just is happy. Because she feels like that's what I do. Y'all don't want to be real in this church. We want. Oh, God have mercy. So he has to remind you so that he'll remind you where you're from, what you are of, so that you can function in the capacity of who you are. Because I can't function and operate in nothing unless I understand my origin. Oh, God have mercy. I have to be reminded of who I am, where I'm from, and what I'm about. It's part of my code. It's part of my mandate. It's part of my agenda in God. 6 things that light does. Let me hit you real quick. Number 1, somebody say, light reveals. Light reveals. See, you got to understand that you don't live out of relationship. You don't live out of your reasoning. You don't live out of your resources. You live out of revelation. See, this is the way of the children of light. Could you you be failing because you've been trying to live out of resources? When you understand, see, when you live out of revelation, you understand my resource, my source is God, but that's just a resource. My resource is seed. I don't live out of my seed. I live out of my God. I take the resource and sow seed to get sweatless victory. I take the resource and sow seed to walk in the houses I didn't build, vineyards that I didn't plant, walk into another man's labor. God is my source. The job is my seed. It's just a resource. When you have revelation, I don't live by bread alone. You might, but I live by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God. So I'm a child of light. So light first reveals.
Amen.
I don't trust in my reason. Because light tells me as a child of light, there is a way that seemeth right to a man, but the end thereof is death. The light tells me that professing to be wise, they have become fools. So I don't listen to my reasoning. I listen to my revelation. God help me, Jesus. Somebody say revelation over reasoning.
Revelation over reasoning.
Light reveals. The scripture I have for you, you got to write this down because we can't turn to it. Ephesians 1:18 through 19. He said that the eyes of your understanding be enlightened, that you may know what is the hope of the calling and what is the riches of the glory of his inheritance in the saints, and what is the exceeding greatness of his power to us, word, who believe, according to the working of his mighty power. So if I don't have revelation of who I really am, okay, I'm not of the night. So let me stop trying to do it this way the world do it, and kind of God to bless it. Because I want God to reveal himself in me. So since I want God to reveal himself, I need to show up as his child. Woo. I don't even come up and say my friend's skin who don't have the Holy Ghost. That might work for the world, but that ain't gonna work for me, because I have an adversary called the devil, and them his children. That I'm not his child. See, when I don't identify with him, I don't go doing that stuff. But when I identify that I'm the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus, when it come up, when the pressure come up, I know the pressure didn't come to take me out. I knew it came to take me up, because I'm the righteousness of God, and I'm gonna stand still and see the salvation of the Lord when the enemy comes in from the Spirit of the Lord. I don't have the spirit of bondage under fear or the spirit of this world. I got a daddy, and my daddy is God. Glory to God. I cry, Abba, Father. Light reveals. I'm just telling you who you are. I'm just telling you who you are so that you won't sound out. So I live by revelation. Not out of relationship, not out of reasoning, not out of resources. I live by revelation. God have mercy. Second thing, light guides. Light is a guide. Luke 11:33 says this through 36. Listen to this. No man, when he have lighted a candle, put it in a secret place. Neither does he put it under dry bushels, but on the candlestick, that they which come in may see the light. The light of the body is the eye. Ooh, God have mercy. Somebody say, I see me. Affects the promises of God in my life. Don't tell me how you believe in God and how you believe in God and how you so believe in God, but you don't believe in yourself. And you don't believe in the God that you say you believe in, who say he believe in you. Because when you really believe in God, you believe what he says about you. What Casey J say? I believe what you think about me. I receive the confession of your love towards me. When you really receive it, you act like it. If you ain't acting like it, if you're struggling with acting like it, you are struggling with the receiving of it. Or you need to remind yourself who you are. The Bible said the prodigal son was fain to eat the husk of the swine. And as he got closer to his nostril, he came to himself. You're all alike. Come to yourself.
Amen. Amen.
Come out of clubs. Come to yourself. Come out of confusion. Come to yourself. Come out of trying to scheme and coerce somebody to do something. Come to yourself. Come out of cheating on your taxes. Come to yourself. Come out of excuses and come to yourself. Your father on the cattle on 1,000 hills, but he is a God and a father of princes. Even though you're his child, he will not violate his principle one jot, tittle, or iota until you get with his operating system. You're going to have to fall in line, soldier. Because it's not going to bend for you. He said, be not conformed, but be ye transformed. By the renewing of who? God's mind or yours? I'm going to have to think this thing differently. But he has to guide you so that you'll realize the true power that's in you. The eyes of your understanding being light. So when you operate in light, when you operate in revelation, you get an understanding of who you are. Your eyes becoming light. To the hope of his calling and the richness of the glory he put in you. Some of us ain't even scratched the surface because we zoned out. Amen. Oh, God have mercy. Amen. So if I guide, I get guidance. Woo! God loves to develop you and bless you while you're on the job training. The Bible says the lepers, he said, as they went, they were healed. As they went. So you got to get on the job training. And you go to guiding people to Jesus, God will go to guiding you into your destiny. Number 3, light exposes. Somebody said exposes. Yeah. Ephesians 5:11-13 says this. And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. For it is a shame to even speak of those things which are done of them in secret. But all things that are reproved are made manifest by light. And whatsoever doeth make manifest is light. Stop laughing at stuff you ain't got no business laughing at and acting like you're going along so you don't want somebody to reject you or because you feel like you're under pressure and you got to do what you got to do. Everything that make manifest is light. I'm telling you, you are of the day, you're not of the night. You're children of light. You are not of darkness. Stop zoning out and sitting up here and allowing things to slide without making manifest. God said, turn the light on it. That's what you are. That's what you are. You are the light. I was in the Bible shop yesterday, and when I came in, they had the rap music going. They was cussing on rap song. When I came in, they sinners now. They don't know God. They don't know God at all. But when they sinner, the man cussing. Preacher. Oh, excuse me, preacher, bro. Preacher. That's all he knew. He didn't know nothing. Boy took the music out and put on Isley Brothers. That was the best they could do. But they were showing honor and respect because when I came in, I made manifest. Light just shined. Light just came. The devil mad at that. He mad at it. But look at that. Look at that. God caught me. God caught me. Get off me. God caught me. Yeah, boy. Look here. And when I came in there, listen, I was shining a light. When I came to light praise, my son was sitting still, clothed and in his right mind. Oh, boy. And I was sitting there getting the word together, and they say, excuse me, I say, I ain't responding. But they were doing it on their own. As I went to go walk out the door, one of the center bars was out there, he opened the door for me. They recognized God. You're supposed to expose by holding a standard, not by getting in their face condemning them. No. You live the light. They darkness understand when light, when it's in the presence of light. Oh, I come outside. It's something come off of you that they understand when they see you. All you got to do is hold to the confession, hold fast to your profession, and cast not away your confidence, which is a great recompense, and let your convictions.
Come on.
And if they ask a question, tell them the truth. In love. Hallelujah. But light exposes. You should make manifest things. You should make manifest. Make it manifest is when they up at your job and they're talking about their boss. And they say, what you think? Like, well, no thank you. Well, you know they like, you know. Just pray for them. Why do you do that? I don't believe in talking about the boss, even if it's true. Because the Bible says we're supposed to pray for those who have authority over us. That's if they ask, because the question is a blind side. God have mercy. Number 4, light confuses. Somebody say light confuses. John 1:3-5 says, all things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness could not comprehend it, couldn't lay a hold on it. They marveled at it. Darkness scatters when the light is shining. When you're under attack and you bless somebody that just cussed you out and trying to get you fired, when you give them a card to Applebee's, glory to God, on their birthday, hey, it's your birthday, you go to giving them that, and you're going to doing this, and you're going to blessing those that curse you and speak all manner of evil against you. The light shines, and darkness get confused. It loses its scruples. It gets discombobulated because he can't handle it. When your persecutor come against you, when the devil come against you, you ain't got to get mad. You don't have to get sad and depressed. You are of the day. You're not of the night. You're a child of light. You ain't of the darkness. You're not to say it is rented. Glory. Speak the word. Because the darkness cannot comprehend. The light can't lay hold to it, grasp it, take it, seize it. Light reveals, light guides, light exposes, light confuses. And light protects. You ought to walk by revelation. You ought to guide so that you'll be guided. You ought to expose the devil by living a life. Oh, and God will expose you by raising you up in the presence of your enemies. And he will openly say, this is my son, this is my daughter, in whom I'm well pleased. Oh, light confuses the enemy. When they persecute you, the Bible says when you do good to them, he calls a fire on their head. They can't handle it. God takes vengeance out on them. Oh, it confuses the enemy. Your praise confuses the enemy. Your light confuses the enemy. Your love confuses your haters. It opens up a blessing for you. Oh God, and light protects. God have mercy. Do you know there's certain germs that cannot live under high light? You know, germs have to focus in darkness. There has to be a level of darkness for them to multiply. But when you put light on them, they can't handle the light. Because the light always brings the heat, baby. Oh, somebody say, I'm too hot for you to touch me. Oh, glory to God, 1990. Can't touch this. You can't touch this, man. I'm telling you, the devil can't touch you because you're protected by the light. You need a scripture. Let me hit you with this scripture. Romans 13 and 11 through 12. And that, knowing that the time, that now it is high time to awake out of your sleep. God said, stop zoning out and wake up. God, oh Jesus. He said you need to understand it's high time for you to wake up and get your stuff together and stop running out here thinking you with the crowd, because you ain't one of them. You'll never be one of them. That's why everything you do don't work. That's why it falls through. That's why everybody you trust turn on you. Because you're trying to function in darkness when you light. They don't understand why they do you the way they do. Something in their code says you got a different daddy and you just don't fit. It's time to wake up. Come to yourself, boy. Come to yourself, son. Come to yourself, daughter. For now is our salvation nearer than we believe. Time is winding up. Not only the overall salvation, but salvation, you only have a window of time for your destiny to be fulfilled and for you to be delivered from various things in your life. So don't waste time trying to be something that you're not. It's nearer than you first believe. The night is far spent and the day is at hand. You don't want to beat day and let the day catch you while you was trying to play night. God have mercy. Oh, Jesus, if I was an undercover dirty cop, I would want to get it right before they bust the scene that I've been operating dirty in. Oh, God have mercy. I would want to get it together, do my repentance, and come in with the rain and bust them. And they look at me like, you was one of us, but don't nobody know. I done got that thing together. Don't let the daylight catch you trying to be night. Because you're a child of light. He says, God have mercy. He says, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast out the works of darkness. God said, child, now come on now. You don't have the time you think you have. All right. I know your sensitivity is off because you've been out there trying to be something you're not. You don't feel that breeze. You don't see no birds flying south for the winter. Season changing. Come on in. Come on in this house, y'all. It's gonna rain. Sometimes when people say that so much, it just gets so common with it. And you get complacent and you just kind of zone out. And so the whole world was zoned out. And Noah taking the same text with the same word, preaching it 120 years. One day, 120 years. It's gonna rain one day. I imagine he taught it like, and God said there will be great waters that will flow from the sky. Then sometimes I thought he might have, you can't keep, it's the same message. So some days he might have came out there and drip drop, drip drip drop. You don't know what a drip drop is, but I heard in the spirit of God saying, it's gonna rain. Hey, Lord, yeah. If you preach something for 120 years, you're going to do it a different way. But it doesn't matter how he did it. They couldn't hear it. And they didn't understand that the night was far spent. And daylight was coming. So therefore cast off your works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light. Light is protection. when I walk and operate in who I am, even in the ridicule of people or under the pressure of my situation, when I hold on to my revelation holds on to me. Like I said, if I hold it up, he'll hold me up. If I don't back down from him, he ain't gonna back down from me. My light is a defense mechanism. My truth is an armor, baby. My truth will have me standing when everything around me is sure that stands falls down. Oh, God have mercy. My truth and my light is able to confound the wise. It's a foolish thing that confounds the wise. Wise come up on it and get to shaking, and I'm yet still standing. Wind blowing, I'm shaking, but I'm on a rock, and my rock is my word. My word is my light. My light is my shield.
Yes, Lord. Glory.
Light protects.
Yeah.
So guard your heart with all diligence, because you're children of light. You protect the word that's in you without compromising it, and God protects you with that word.
Amen.
I remember when back in the day when He Got Game came out. I was saved. That's when they was having movies at the festival center. Went up there to see He Got Game, Denzel Washington. And there was a little boy playing basketball, they called him Jesus. And when he was on that bench and he was talking about Jesus and talking about him, bang, Spike Lee, I fell out with Spike Lee that day. I got up and couldn't watch the whole movie. Demanded my money back. And they were looking at me like I was being irate. He said, why are you so upset, man? He just an actor, he just acted. I said, my God lives. I said, I tell you what, go cuss your mama out to her face and tell her you just playing. Call her everything but a child of God. Call her every slut, every that you can come up with. And say, oh, I was just acting, just playing. That was part I was practicing for a role. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do it to my God. He ain't alive to you. He's alive to me. So if you protect the principles of your God, when you protect His word, when you protect His name, when you don't just let it go and let it slide, it becomes an armor of light to you. All right. For the wicked, when it grows up upon him to eat up his flesh, they stumble and fail. Woo! The steps of the good man are ordered by the Lord. Though he fall, he won't be utterly cast down. The righteous man falls 7 times to get back up, but the wicked, when they go down and out for the count. They perish because they don't have no light protecting them. God help me, Jesus. No, light convicts, finally. Light convicts. John 3:19 through 21 says, and this is the condemnation. This is why. For light has come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. For everyone that doeth evil hates light, neither comes to the light. Somebody say they don't want to come. No, they don't want to come to the light. They hate it. At least his deeds should be reproved. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in God. You shouldn't apologize for the conviction that comes on other people, because they should be convicted by the light. And the light should be a reproval to them, that it might either be something that will work for them in their lives to get closer to God, work towards their worship, or it's going to be a witness to them for the wrath of God. But light is supposed to convict. Men hide in darkness because their deeds are evil. I remember preaching back years ago. I thought he was struggling with porn, but he gave up the fight. He just gave up. He wasn't struggling. And he told me he wanted deliverance, but I think he wanted a friend to watch this porn with. Because when he had it on his computer at the office in the church. So before he came out to preach, he was getting freaky on the TV, on screen. And I said, well, here go the problem right here. Here go the problem right here, preacher. See, if you hit this and disconnect this, we can erase it. And back then, we ain't had a Wi-Fi. It was a phone, you had DSL. Wi-Fi wasn't busting like that. And after peripheral vision of my eye, while I was finna hit it and get it off his phone, off his TV forever, that joker took his foot and kicked the phone off. Because the phone off the hook, then the internet could shut down. He kicked that phone off. I looked, I said, well, preacher, I don't know how we're going to get this done, but I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you, because you can't help somebody who want to be helped. Men love darkness because their deeds. They hate the light, neither do they come to the light. He wasn't ready to come to the light. Glory to God, but are you? What area is God shining the light on that you want to stay comfortable? Maybe your praise saved, but your pocketbook ain't. Whoops! 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 Are we still in the dark? Maybe you are a praiser and you are a giver and you was an overgiver. You give a little bit too much. You just don't give to God. You give to Harry, you give to Jerry, you give to Tavares, you was a giver. You like to give. Maybe that area is still in the dark. But I'm encouraging you today, when you come out of whatever area, is still loving the deed that is doing you in. God is ready to own you up, protect you, and when he convicts you, he's just trying to get you to the place that he promised you. But people nowadays are hearing conviction, and what they really hear is judgment. And I don't know why y'all listen to Pastor Tupac. Because he said, only God can judge me. The man been dead, but we still yet holding on. That is not true. The Bible says he that is spiritual judges all things, and he himself is judged of no man. For who have known the mind of the Lord that he may correct it? But we have the mind of Christ. Oh my God. Amen. Get your Bible off of Psalm 23, crack it in the back window of your car, and off the Big Mama mantelpiece, and put it in your spirit. Put it into the dirt of religious spirits. Therefore, let us not sleep. We finish it now. Real quick. Let us not sleep as others do, but let us watch and be sober. You can't zone out if you continue to stay woke. You can't zone out if you continue to stay woke. Somebody say stay woke.
Stay woke.
We closing. Number one, I did an acronym for woke, so you have to stay with me. Write it down. Praise the Lord. Number one, stay. When I say stay woke, stay willing, wired for worship. Stay willingly wired for worship. If you're going to stay woke, you're going to have to stay, to keep from zoning out, you're going to have to stay willingly wired for worship. You need to be wired for worship. You need to be ready to worship. You need to understand that worship is on 3 levels. Worship is intimacy with God in your quiet time. Worship is coming to church and participating in the ordinance of the churches like communion and giving and partaking of the word. Worship is also you living by the principles of God, letting your light shine and bending to the will of God. It means to sacrifice and to give up and bend to the will of God. So I have to be willingly wired for worship if I'm going to stay woke. If I'm going to stay woke, I need to stay open, obedient, and observant. Somebody say open, obedient, and observant. If I'm going to stay woke, I got to be willingly wired for work and worship, but I got to be open, obedient, and observant. You can't be all to yourself, unsocial, separated like you up there in heaven. God in heaven, you on the earth, God in you. And God want to meet people. And God want to share the faith. Glory to God. Stop dealing with you, your four, no more. You need to witness to the people around there in your family. Yet alone caring about anything else, going about your day to day. You need to be open. You need to be an open book. You need to stop getting on, get better. People get on your nerve when they ask you something. But the Bible says we ought to be ready. Be open. Huh? Be obedient. Just be obedient. Sheep follow, goats blood. You say something to the sheep, sheep follow. As long as it ain't no lie, it ain't going against God, they follow. But goats butt. That's what they do. They butt. That's all they do. But why I gotta do that? But why Sister Peanut ain't doing it? But why? But I know butt. But God said, well, I know butt. But you don't understand. But sheep, you can get wool. Goats ain't good for nothing but a barbecue. Barbecue goat. Poached goat, fried goat, smothered goat, curry goat, mama. All them goats. Get the goat. Grill the goat. That's all goat good for. Goat meat is good. I like goat meat too. Goat milk too. You gotta stay open, you gotta stay obedient, and you need to stay observant. Some of them don't pay attention to nothing. We ain't watching nothing. Bible said, praying with all prayer and perseverance in the spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance for the sake, right? Yeah. You ain't watching nothing, but you show me and knows it. But you don't want to watch over nobody. I ain't say look at them. I ain't say find out their business. I said watch. Rakabo Saka. Holla Ginger. I mean watch. Hear me? Listen, I'm looking at you, I ain't Ginger. That don't mean I'm watching. See, I ain't watched you until I got on my knees on my watchtower and prayed for you. We want to know about folks, talk about folks, but we don't want to observe so that we can intercede, because you're ready to talk about anybody you ain't prayed for. You're a hypocrite. Fake snake, fake snake. Hashtag fake snake. Fake snake. That's what you is. Hallelujah. Because you don't want to observe, watching for people, observe the word. Some of us come to church, but our mind run rampant. Mine look like a wild jungle. Satan just got all kind of little potholes and weeds and all kind of crazy stuff. He growing a whole bowl of kush section back here in the back of your mind. It's all kush guy, just kush. Heroin, all kind of stuff, coca leaves. Satan just done pimped out your God. You know why? Because you don't observe what go through your mind. You don't check your thoughts. You have to police your thinking. You can't be going on autopilot. Ooh, Lord, let me finish. I gotta finish, Jesus. Number 3, you got to stay woke. You got to stay kind. You got to stay kind and keen and killing. Somebody say that: kind, keen, and killing. You need to show people love and be nice. I am seeing some of the people sanctified. They look like they just sucked on lemons and ate 5 pickles. Always got a frown on your face. Whistle while you work. Do whatever you got to do to get yourself in order. Stop looking like somebody always gonna punch you in your face or something stank. Full of hell. Then at the end comes some praise the Lord. They see you go out to your car with all them Jesus stickers. And you done raised all that hell. Don't care nothing about your character with